Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Happy wet Thursday to my viewers that are in Southern California and anywhere else that's raining for that matter. But here for sure, it's supposed to rain I think all day tonight into tomorrow morning, and it's supposed to be nice after that, so fingers crossed. Anyway, so yeah, this is our day in the life of Vintage Classic Specialist, our daily update here on our VW Restoration shop. So pretty much today focusing on this bay window here, which I just thought of a good name for it, Big Blue. It looks really big right now sitting up on jack stands like that, and every time I see this bus I just think it looks enormous. But I mean, they are kind of big by Volkswagen standards, but I think it just looks extra big since it's sitting so high. And so I think this might be Big Blue right now. I don't know. We'll see if that sticks. I may forget that by tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, I focused on this one today. Just I've got some momentum going on with it here, so decided to just keep kind of chugging along. And nothing that I would call super exciting, but how it goes with these full restorations is keep doing little things, and eventually you've built a car. So today I focused up front, at least, on the pedal assemblies and mechanisms. So removed the old throttle cable and put the new one in, and likewise with the clutch cable, added the actual pedals themselves. So on these buses and earlier buses for that matter, there's a big lever kind of under the floor that this thing attaches to at like more or less like a right angle. And so when you push down on the pedal, that long lever under the floor sort of pivots like this, and that's what actually actuates the brake cylinder or the little arm that's attached to the clutch or whatever. But yeah, I spent some time assembling those things and getting them to work good. The throttle cable was one of those things that you would think that just fishing a new throttle cable in would be like a 30-second to 1 minute job, but no, I don't know how long it even took. It might have been half an hour, but something in the throttle cable tube at the back of the bus was holding it up, and I'm not sure what. I kept blowing air through it, and it had some bends in it, which are pretty normal, how it sort of makes its way toward, more or less like pointing toward the engine compartment. They didn't seem like they were bad or non-factory to me, but I did sort of tweak those a little bit, and ran a section of clutch cable in it a ways on a drill motor to kind of rotor root out any dirt or anything that might have been in there impeding the new cable from going in. But eventually it went in, so finally got that in, and then proceeded to put on the rebuild kit for the linkage underneath here. And let me grab a flashlight and I'll show you. All right, so here we go. Here's what this looks like underneath here. So this is the throttle assembly. See, there's this sort of L-shaped bracket here that attaches to the cable, and then the other arm of the L has the rod that goes up to the actual pedal. So that's where you do your input as the driver. So yeah, I went and rebuilt all that, put that together, and then likewise here is the brake pedal assembly. This is what I was talking about, the lever underneath the floor that will push on the rod for the brakes. Here, got that all together. And then likewise for the clutch, kind of the same thing over here. So yeah, I got all those together, got those new cables routed in, and ready to start installing a master cylinder, for example, and so on and so forth. So that's what I did under here. It's a little bit more complicated than that because there's these stoppers. There's 3 of them. There's one here, which is pretty easy for the throttle pedal, so that when you mash the throttle pedal to the floor, it stops against this plastic piece here. And then for the brake pedal, there's a sort of rectangular piece under the floor that's held in with these 2, I don't even know what you call these things, these sort of triangle shaped things that you have to push through holes in the floor. So that's under there. And then for some reason there was not a hole for the stopper for the clutch lever. We might have replaced a section of this floor, and maybe that's why it didn't have it in it. I don't really remember, and Renee did such a good job, I can't even tell where he replaced it if he did, but that's the only thing I'm thinking, is that maybe this is a new floor section. I should know that, but I honestly don't remember. I feel like we probably replaced part of this floor, and that would certainly explain why the hole for the clutch arm stopper was missing. But anyway, no big deal. Drilled the hole, installed that, and it's all good now. So it just keeps it from like metal on metal when the clutch is at the top of its travel there. Likewise for this one, when the pedal comes all the way up, you hear that thud against the rubber stopper there instead of metal on metal. Anyway, just little details like that. They always take longer than you think they would for one reason or another. But yeah, anyway, pretty much finished off all those controls except for the throttle pedal itself. I was going to reuse his original one, and then I started looking at it a little bit closer and saw that the hinges on it were pretty wonky. So I should have looked at that before, but I was just kind of looking at the overall condition, and I thought it looked pretty good, and we'd powder coat it and it would look great. And then I turned it over and looked at the hinges, and yeah, they're pretty toast. It's not worth it to straighten those out. The new pedals from Wolfsburg West look fine, so this will be getting replaced. No big deal. So then I turned my attention to the back of the bus and went ahead and installed and dialed in the spring plates. So set them to the original angle that they were at. So the preload on those, which we had measured before we pulled it apart. So got those all installed with new bushings, of course, and the caps, new hardware, and so on. And the hubs here are ready to install now too. So these are all freshly powder coated, and unfortunately usually our powder coaters, Americoat, are really good about plugging holes and stuff before they powder coat, but in this case they didn't really plug some of the holes that are threaded on here. So there's two big holes here. These are 14mm bolts that are threaded. And then there's a few on this side too that they didn't plug. And so I don't know if anyone has ever tapped holes that had powder coating in them, but it is really, really hard. And you have to go a little bit at a time. And this plastic and powder coating is very, very tough, which is what it's supposed to be. And that's why it's such an awesome finish to put on parts. However, if you have to remove it or especially tap it out of a hole, it can be a bit of a challenge. Pretty sure I said some bad words when I was doing it because it was kind of annoying. But anyway, so the hubs themselves are ready now. The backing plates are ready. I do have to run to McFadden Dale for any of you guys that are local here tomorrow. I want to go ahead and pick up new hardware that holds this and the trailing arm, hold all that assembly together. The existing hardware is just bad and rusty, and some of the threads are kind of bunged up on it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and run over and grab new hardware for that. And then the trailing arms right now are actually with Brian Roth. He's going to put in press in new bushings on those, and then those will be ready to go. So yeah, hopefully I'll have the back suspension of this thing pretty together tomorrow, assuming that I keep working on it. We'll see. I may actually need to turn my attention to this bug, which I need to finish up. Got to pick up a couple things and do the wiring on it for the seats. So I should probably do that tomorrow and take a little rest from this one. But yeah, we'll see, one way or the other. So let's see, I think, let me check. So our upholstery guy, Santiago, was working on these seats. These are the seats for the tennis ball, as we like to call it. The 74, very bright yellow Beetle. So it looks like he's got these pretty much done. He had upholstered them previously, and then today he was assembling the backrest and the bottoms together, and they look amazing, of course. So yeah, these, ignore that. That's just chalk that he uses, marking it up when he does the upholstery. But yeah, these I believe are done. There's the back seat there. The other part of the back seat I think is in our container. So yeah, he's been working on those. And then Renee has been hard at work there on the crusty Carmen Ghia. Still working on the metalwork up front, which was a complete disaster pretty much there. He almost has the front done there. And then I think next he'll be moving on to the areas on that Ghia that are rotted out at the base of the windshield, base of the back window, and then the rocker panels. So those are kind of the major things that are left on it. But yeah, he's making some really good headway on the metalwork and bodywork on the nose of it. So guys, I believe that is it for today. So thank you as always for watching. Thank you guys for all your comments. It's fun to see you guys, what your thoughts are on everything we got going on here. Thanks for all the thumbs up and likes and all that stuff too. Appreciate it. So with that, I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Bye.